I'm watching the ZEITGEIST movie. The most shocking thing about it is they're sat waiting for change, or when the government runs out of money and can't pay the unemployed, there'll be an uprising and then it will change. I mean, it's a great movie. It's like a fairy story that's going to turn into a horror show. And Destiny's got a horror show that could turn into a fairy story. Interesting. I just don't understand why they're abdicating self-responsibility, that they're expecting change to come from somewhere other than themselves, and that they're going to let the oil run out in 50 years time, and then their grandchildren can say to them, "What, you knew this was going to happen and you did nothing about it?" And they say, "Yeah, well, we were a bit dumb really, we thought that paper and metal had value rather than life." And meanwhile the big smog falls because the whoever they are flying a plane across with plumes of smoke went out for frightened wife and kids at soldiers who are fighting wars for them. Fucking Anthony. Is that a solution? I mean, my computer can't cope with making a video and watching a video at the same time. All I can say is the next 20 years are going to be very interesting. The solutions have already been provided for you. I'm making no more videos till I'm healthy. He threatens yet again. I'm dealing with myself. I'm made some interesting realisations in me. I started my blog at Destiny. Stop that one. Started my blog at Destiny about crime, and started to realise yesterday only, why did I start my blog about crime? I stopped being involved in crime. Well, crime depends what you mean by crime. I stopped breaking the law last year when I stopped using illicit substances. Apart from using illicit substances, I haven't really broken the law in 20 years. So why did I start writing about crime, I thought, yesterday? And maybe I should have started doing it about something else. Though then today I thought, yeah, but the realisations I've got from it, the pleasing others, routine, polarity, getting that, just getting a pointer at the polarity inherent in my life since early on. How it occurred, I've still got to find out. And then I'm just thinking a few hours ago, you know, about corruption. Now, in the latter days before I realised honesty was the way forward for all, to allow all to exist in harmony. I didn't know what dignity was at the time. blaming my corruption prior to that on the corrupt nature of the systems and the corruption in general. I was thinking a few hours ago, hang on a minute, Anthony, you've been corrupt all your fucking life. Since you stole that money out of your grandma's purse at 6 years old, that was corrupt. And then he thinks, what does corruption mean? I haven't looked it up yet, but it probably says self-interest somewhere along the line in the definition of it. Though, again, realisation, fucking alright. You justified my corruption over the years on the corrupt men. And fuck. Well, I mean, a few things happened before I was 6. Stealing that money out of my grandma's purse had nothing to do with anything other than wanting a drink of pop that I couldn't get because I didn't have any money and I knew existed because I'd seen somebody else buy it. When I first started going to court in my early teens, after my first stepmother had thankfully left, they used to make excuses for me in court. He comes from a broken home. And I used to think, well, what are they doing making excuses for me? It's got fuck all to do with it. Because it didn't have, as far as I was concerned. And then later on in life I looked at it and thought, well, it did all actually start at the same time that she left. She were involved in my life and abusing before I took that money out of my grandma's purse to buy some pop because I wanted to try it. I didn't have any money to buy any, and I'd seen it existed because I'd seen somebody else buy it. I didn't know what it tasted like, didn't know what it looked like, I didn't know what it smelled like. The idea that it was beer and I wanted to try it because it was beer and children weren't allowed to have beer, that was something to do with it. Well, I'm going to say there's the beginning of my corruption, though, is it? I mean, it's sort of innocent. You could say, well, it's innocent enough. It's fucking corruption. It's corrupt. Stealing money. Well, fucking needs looking at, doesn't it? ZEITGEIST. And that movie. You know, it's a phenomenon that in itself. There's like 2 million views on it in 3 days. Fucking comments rolling around, but pretty sure there's a bit of marketing going on there. Thing is, no one's really fucking listening, are they? Or they're watching it to see how things could be if they'd let us, or how things might be when change comes. Let's all go out in the street and stay there till change occurs, somebody says, and he gets 25 thumbs up for it. Sound like, oh, imagine is the final piece of the comment. I have to answer that. Why imagine change when you can change yourself now? And sitting in the street will change nothing. Go and try it. See what happens. It's up there for 5 seconds and yeah. Great. I've had my report, as soon as it might be my last video, I've had my school reporting. I'm in 2C at the moment. Apparently I'm being dropped down a grade for next year. I'll be in 3D next year. I've told my children I'll try harder, and for the 4th year I'll try and get in the B grade. No, next year I'm really disappointed with my kids, they are. Anthony, Why are you so dumb? He said to me. I said I tried. I thought I was trying my best. Though since I've met these new kids from Destiny, I'm realising things that I never even understood were understandable before. And I will try even harder next year in 3D and do my best to move up 2 grades children, so then we'll be in 4B, who knows. I won't say anything else.